Hello, Smith Center, and welcome to this edition of SCTV News. I'm Garrett Warner. As always with me is Kyler Elliott.
Hello, SCHS. Enrollment for next year's classes has begun. As you are picking out your classes, one thing to consider is the different career technical education, or CTE, pathways Smith Center High School has to offer. These courses provide students with classes geared toward a specific career field. Our SCTV reporters have teamed up with you to bring more information to each pathway available at Smith Center High School. We start off with Coy Harrisonade.
Thank you, Garrett and Kyler. I'm here with Mrs. Terrell with her Family, Community, and Consumer Service Pathway, Early Childhood Development and Service Pathway, and Teaching Training Pathway. What careers would these pathways lead to?
Well, with the Family, Community, and Consumer Services Pathway, we deal a lot with, obviously, the family, counseling, social work, occupations related to those, therapy, nonprofit organizations, any type of human services falls under that category. The early childhood development would obviously be preschool and down, daycare providers, our pre-K at the grade school. They're going to be a great source of information for us and places that we can send our kids for internships. Also, the new community child care center, we have some students working out there. So this is actually a new pathway, new to us anyway, that we are just starting this next year. So we're looking forward to that. The final one, the teaching and training pathway, deals mainly with educating our students to become teachers. That is also a new pathway we started this next year. We did that basically because education and teachers are hard to find, and so we thought maybe if we trained our own or got some students interested that we could bring them back home to teach.
What classes do students need to enroll in to start these pathways?
With the early, well actually with all three of them, they need to start out with the career life planning class. Those are usually taken as freshmen. That's the intro class to most of these pathways, and then just build from there.
Thank you. On to you, Dakota.
Thank you, Coy and Mrs. Terrell. I'm here with Mr. Wilson, and we're going to talk about his construction and design pathway. What careers would this pathway lead to?
Construction and design is a pretty large area. If you're talking about construction, sometimes you're talking about carpentry, sometimes you're talking even about cabinetry, even all the way back into electrical and plumbing, sometimes even surveying. So the field, there's lots and lots of jobs that can be offered, around here. And even concrete, people who work with concrete would be included in this. Electricians, plumbers, construction, cabinet making are just a few.
And what classes do students need to enroll in to start this pathway?
As an 8th grader, you would take Intro to Technology. As a freshman, you would take Woodworking Principles. And then as your sophomore, junior, and senior class, would be either cabinet and furniture design, CAD, which is computer-aided drafting, and then as juniors and seniors, typically we would take Carpentry 1 and Carpentry 2, and those can be taken usually in that order. However, if we have juniors and seniors that are just starting, you can take Woodworking Principles as a junior, and then maybe take cabinet and furniture design as a senior along with another class. So you can take multiple classes in 1 year.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. On to you, Gracie.
Thank you, Dakota and Mr. Wilson. I am here with Mrs. Wagner, and she is teaching 2 pathway classes. Would you like to explain what those are?
Sure. I have 2 pathway classes. They are Power and Comprehensive Ag.
And what careers would these pathways lead to?
So Comprehensive Ag could lead into a job being a loan officer at a bank, being an agronomist, pretty much any broad farm agriculture job would fit into this pathway. My other pathway is Comprehensive Power. So power would be more like welding, automotive, electrical, plumbing.
And what classes do students need to enroll to be able to be in these pathways?
So the freshman class is Ag Science. After that, the comprehensive ag, you could go into plant, soil, or animal science, depends on your interest, and then the capstone, which is like the final class for that pathway, is ag business. For the power pathway, it starts with ag science, and then you could do welding 1 and welding 2, and my capstone is ag business for that as well.
Okay, thank you. On to you, Tinley.
Thank you, Gracie and Mrs. Wagner. I'm here with Mr. Buckmaster and his health science pathway. Can you tell us a little bit about your pathways and what careers it would lead to?
It's called the Health Science Career Pathway, and it leads to careers in the medical field. So that could be a lot of things: lab technician, could be a phlebotomist, of course the normal ones, LPN, RN. The introductory level ones that we see here in high school would be CNA, also CMAs would be some things that students could possibly earn. And then also a brand new one, pharmacy tech, has also been released or certified for high school students. It used to be the limitations was 18 and older. Now actually students can become a pharmacy tech at an earlier age.
What classes here at Smith Center do the students need to enroll in to start your pathway?
Well, the introductory class is Intro to Careers and then Medical Terminology. So those are separate. They're supposed to be semester classes, but we pretty much do them together. So that would be the entry-level classes, and then you would have lots of classes, the regular science classes, and also math classes need to be fit in there as well.
All right, that's all we have for you today. So now on to you, Brandon.
Thank you, Tinley and Mr. Buckmaster. I'm here with Mrs. Schmidt, and she's going to describe Mr. Lynn's business finance pathway. Can you tell me what careers would lead to this pathway?
Yeah, for students who took this pathway, a student could be an accountant, a loan officer, financial advisor, possibly a bank president. So to get in the business finance pathway, a student would first have to take Business Essentials, which is a class that freshmen already have to take, which we call Computer Studies, but next year it will be called Business Essentials. And then as a 10th or 11th grader, if they take entrepreneurship, they would be set up to take accounting, and that would finish the pathway for the business finance.
And what classes do students need to enroll in to get into this pathway?
I would say, the freshman year will already be taken care of with the Computer Studies or Business Essentials, and then after that, they could do entrepreneurship as a sophomore or as a junior, and then accounting can be taken as a junior or a senior. So that would complete a pathway if a student was interested in business finance.
Thank you. On to you, Cameron.
Thank you, Brandon. I'm here with Mrs. Elliott, and we will be talking about the digital media pathway. Our first question is, what careers would this pathway lead to?
Digital media can lead to several careers. If you want to be in journalism, that would be print journalism, newspapers, magazines, radio, television, a photojournalist, photographer. It also can lead to social media influencer, web designer. So there's several areas that are in digital media.
Very good. Our second question is, what classes do students need to enroll in to start the pathway?
Well, the computer studies class that you take as a freshman is part of the digital media pathway. The first class you would then need to enroll in is 21st Century Journalism, which will be the first semester, and then second semester is Digital Media Technology, which goes through the fundamentals of how to run a camera, how to do video editing, and so forth. And then finally you end up in Digital Media Design and Production, and then Video Production, which we do the yearbook, SCTV News, and we are starting our social media as well.
Thank you, Mrs. Elliott. Back to you, Kyler and Garrett.
Thank you, Cameron, and our team of reporters. For more information about a certain project that you're interested in, our teachers will assist you. The state FCCLA Star Event competition is approaching, and senior Adrian Hawkins has chosen a project she knows will make a positive impact. Gracie Kirchhoff shares that story with us.
What is your star event?
My star event is Shower and Shade, and it's basically just getting 5-gallon buckets and installing hardware in them to make them into showers and sending them to Zambia, and then also putting hats in the buckets.
And how does it help communities?
It helps the community, not necessarily ours, but the community over there in Zambia, to get them what they need. Obviously, they don't have access to water all the time, so those 5-gallon buckets will help them get water from place to place.
And what have you done for the STAR event?
I've challenged my church to bring 5-gallon buckets. I've also had a fundraiser here, a family card night. So just fundraising.
What a great project, Adrian. Several junior high and senior high students participated in the Youth Entrepreneurship Challenge prior to spring break. Brandon Hendrich brings us the story.
21 junior senior high students participated in the Youth Entrepreneurship Challenge sponsored by the Smith Center Economic Development. Students and the community members could explore the displays at the trade show. I'm Brandon Hendrich, and I'm here with Dana Peterson, and she's going to give us a little bit of details about the Entrepreneurship Challenge. Could you give me some details, please?
Sure. So the Youth Entrepreneurship Challenge is an activity that Network Kansas puts together for communities around the state. Smith Center has chosen to be a part of the Youth Entrepreneurship Challenge to encourage in our students the entrepreneurialism and innovation that's required for all types of jobs. Today we have businesses here in the trade show that have set up tables, displays on what their business is about. They'll also be giving a quick 4-minute presentation about their business to a panel of judges, kind of like Shark Tank. So prior to today, the third part of the challenge was a business plan executive summary. So those were turned in last week and those have been judged already. At the middle of the day, we will go forward with a celebration announcing the winners of today's challenge. We have $3,000 in cash prizes for the winners of today's challenges.
And how can someone get involved in this?
Yeah, so students at Smith Center Junior Senior High School can get involved with the Youth Entrepreneurship Challenge next fall. So usually the sign up is in late November. By December 1st, and then through December, January, and February, they have the opportunity to be coached or mentored on their business as they develop it, and then the next event will be in early March.
Thank you. I'm Brendan Hendrich, and I'm here with Ruby Gama-Ostoff, and she's going to give us a little bit of details about her YEC event. Can you tell us what your project was?
So my project was an all-natural grass-fed beef business, which is based off of my family's farm and ranch.
And how do you feel about winning today?
I'm really excited and really grateful that I got the opportunity to participate in this.
Thank you, Brandon, and congratulations to all that have participated. Jamie Bauman is hoping her FCCLA Star event will bring new changes to Smith Center High School. Tindy Rentschler brings us the details.
I am here with Jamie Bauman, and she is going to be telling us about her Gaslighting Star Event project. Jamie, could you tell us a little bit about your project?
Yeah, so gaslighting is a form of manipulation when a gaslighter will manipulate the person into their own reality, their own reception of reality, and it's just a form of manipulation upon that. It makes you question or even give you self-doubt.
What inspired you to do this project?
I came from an abusive household, and I know what it's like to be gaslighted and psychologically abused, so I wanted to spread awareness for others and let them know that there is other options to being out, to get out of the situations.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Jamie.
The winter sports season has come to a close with some exciting results. Here are Coy and Cameron with your SCTV Sports Report.
Hello, Redmond and Lady Red fans. I'm Cameron Hutchinson.
And I'm Coy Hairsnape with your SCHS Sports Report. The Redmond wrestling team ended their season with 3 state champions and a 4th place team finish. Dakota Kattenberg was Matt's side and brings us all of the excitement.
5 Redmond wrestlers competed in the 3-2-1A State Wrestling Championships in Hays, Kansas. Senior Alex Wilkinson and Billy Montgomery, along with junior Eli Franklin, grappled for the championship. Junior Luke Franklin went 2-2, and freshman Carson Montgomery went 0-2 in the tournament. A great tournament for the Redmond wrestlers.
Awesome job, wrestlers. The Lady Red basketball team ended their season 19-4 with the loss to the Hoxie Indians in the sub-state championship.
Way to go, Lady Red. The Redmond basketball team finished their season with a loss to the state qualifying TMP Monarchs.
That's our SCHS Sports Report. Keep up the good work, Redmond and Lady Red. Back to you, Garrett and Kyler.
It should be noted that 4 Lady Red basketball players were honored with MCO All-League selections. Senior Miley Raby made first-team All-League. Juniors Dakota Kattenberg, Cameron Hutchison, and Gracie Kirchhoff were selected second-team, third-team, and honorable mention, respectively. Congratulations to you ladies.
Awesome job, Lady Red and Redmond, on your winter seasons. Tinley is here with student happenings.
What's up, SCTV? Let's dive into the student happenings of Smith Center students. Student Council is currently hosting a March Madness bracket tournament. Students are able to buy a bracket for $1. At the end of the tournament, whichever student has the most accurate bracket will win a prize. Student Council and FCCLA are currently pairing up to host a raffle. The first item they are raffling off is a covered canopy with 2 lawn chairs that have side tables. The second item up for raffle is a soft-sided insulated cooler filled with frozen meals cooked by Miss Amy Terrell. Along with the cooler comes 2 insulated tumbler cups. The third item up for raffle is a Pit Boss griddle. Student council re-elections are coming up. If any student is interested in running for a student council position, they can pick up an election form from the office. As we approach the end of the school year, student schedules are filling up. From planning next year's class schedules to getting ready to go to college, students are staying busy. Back to you, Kyler and Garrett.
Thanks, Tinley. Well, SCHS, that is all the time we have for now. Until next time, I'm Garrett Warner.
And I'm Kyler Elliott. Remember, it's not news unless it's SC news.
Dab on the haters.
Dab on the haters, boy.
The Redmond wrestling team ended their season with 3 state champions and a 4th state.
Her FCCLA Star Project will bring changes to Smith. What? That's making no sense.
I don't know what he wants to use it for. I don't know. Garrett, stop.